And we're live. So happy St. Patrick's Day. Welcome to Wisdom to Wealth, and thank you for tuning in. I am Whitney Hammond, the owner of Sovereign Wealth Management, and with me today is Theresa Pellizzari, Financial Security Advisor at Sovereign Wealth Management. And we are here today to talk to you about taking control of your money so that your money doesn't take control of you. So whether you are just getting started in your investment life, or you are looking to manage the money yourself, or you work closely with a financial advisor, Wisdom to Wealth discussions will provide a roadmap to the life you want and deserve. So today, our title is Don't Worry About the Market, Invest in It. So Theresa, welcome.
Thanks, Whitney, and happy St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. Love your earrings.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, love the tie. So thanks for tuning in and always bringing a great subject to discuss, because they're endless. These topics are endless. So the question today, there's two questions. How much do I need to know about investing so that I'm not worrying?
Okay. Well, there's no better time to reflect on this after the last year. And we're upon the anniversary of the 1 year of COVID right now. And many events happened that impacted the market. So taking this time to reflect back, we can all probably take some lessons away. And many of us tend to worry about things that never actually come true. Yeah. And what are we doing? We're destroying our happiness and creating stress. So understanding a few points will help you to reduce your worry when it comes to the markets. So just before I get into your answer, Whitney, if anyone can think back to their December 2020 statements, financial statements, and if they were in a coma for the previous 12 months, all of 2020, would they have ever known that they were going to get double-digit returns? And many people enjoyed 20+% returns. So that alone just says, stay invested.
Yeah.
So when we think about the overall broad understanding of the markets, because no different than if you're not a dentist, you kind of understand the broad overview of what a dentist does, but you don't know all the details. And it's no different than Whitney and I. We have fund managers that are the experts in those fields to do so. So what we can do is look at historical data and really try to understand what happens when the markets do crash. And should we worry? Should we stay up at night? Or should we just let everybody that is the expert do their job? So, back a year ago at this time, we were all in lockdown, not meeting with anyone. So I was digging deep, and here's one chart here of, and you're not going to be able to see it that great, but you can see that the green is the amount of days in the last 5 decades that the markets were up. And the orange is when the markets were down. And over here, you can look at the last 5 years. And it's very consistent. I think there's 1 year in 2015 where there was more down days than there were up days. So that's an overall historical piece of information that really helps to say, yeah, you know what, it's not great news. You can choose to live in it and stress yourself right out, or you can choose to say, let the experts figure out what they're doing, and they're always looking 6 to 9 months out. It's no different, Whitney, if you have a toothache, what do? You don't think, oh, I think he's going to do this. You just know that he is the expert and you're relying on him. Yes. So the last chart I just wanted to show you is actually, it's on my wall back here too, but it's probably really hard to see, is for people that don't know the markets, over the last 100 years, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's 9/11, there's the wars, there's all kinds of stuff. But the one consistent thing is they're always going up.
Yeah.
So So, you know, do you need to be the expert? Do you need to go to, what is it called, Quest Trade or whatever? You can, because we all have options, and we
Yeah.
can do our own dental work and cut our hair, but I choose to rely on the experts, even though I'm in the industry.
Absolutely. So you've made some great points there. I just want to recap. So
For
one of
sure.
them was, if you slept the entire year in 2020, which was a volatile year because we had three pretty good dips in that year, including in March, there was like a 35% drop. So if you'd stayed invested all of 2020, you're right, there were double-digit returns. So so that's really important to know. The other thing, you just touched on Quest Trade for a second, and there's Wealthsimple and stuff like that. Those are set up for people that don't get to use advisors. So, so people that are starting out. So by all means, get onto those platforms and start saving. But people that have a lot of money, they're not doing that because it's not actively managed. So it is. It is a spot to start out, and it's great. But once you get going, you know, that it's working with an advisor, you're going to end up with the stats have shown us you end up with 4 times more money. We're a coach. So, and I like, Theresa, you know, your drawings are fabulous. And the last point I just want to make to the first question is, you know, people like to, talk and speculate. I don't get it very often, but I just got it yesterday about, you know, the bond prices raised, which, you know, moved the value of the bond funds down, the income funds. And, you know, it's like people think they're really smart when they're writing me stuff like that. And what they don't realize is that that's already priced into the market. So whenever somebody's coming up with these, you know, flipping comments and, you know, oh yeah, you know, I really know this stuff. It's like, no, you don't, because first of all, you really need to get a hell of a lot of education to understand that markets are very, very complicated, and nobody has been able to time them yet. And it's not a timing game. It's about making money, and the stock market does make money. It's the matters of when you put it in and when you take it out, right? And if you want to pull it out when things are rough, then go ahead and do it, and you will have losses. So so sitting in, using professionals, not timing. I've been doing this for 25 years. It's like, you know, you hear all this stuff and it kind of goes in one ear and out the other. So, so yeah, don't get involved in that game. If you're, you know, oh, my uncle has this or my friend that, good for them. But talk to the people that actually have been around for a while and do own assets. So, second question I wanted to ask you is there a strategy that helps me not to worry about investing? Because it's from my experience is that everyone is worried about their money, no matter how rich or poor they are. In fact, in all honesty, the more wealth people have, the more they worry. So is there a strategy, Theresa, that you find that helps people alleviate that frustration?
Absolutely. And, you know, Whitney, to your point, the more money you have, the strategies change. So the more important an advisor is. But one strategy that can certainly help right across the board for long-term building wealth is to invest in your RSPs, whether it be a group or an individual RSP. That's the way to do it. Just invest and leave it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you don't talk about it ever, but it means that you leave it in the market. And historically, it doesn't matter whether there is short-term drops in the market or wins. You win either way. So if the market is going up, you win. Your investments grow and you get those returns that we talked about from last year. And if the markets go down, well, guess what? You have the opportunity and the luxury of buying more units or shares at a lower price. So congratulations, you win again, right?
Yeah.
There is no losing. And it's our frame of mind sometimes that we need to manage so that we're dealing with the facts. And to your point earlier, there's so much racket out there that I can't even turn my TV on because I can't. It'll take me forever. I'll be exhausted to figure out what's someone's opinion, what's fact, and what's fiction. So implementing a strategy of putting a certain percentage of your income away, whether it's 10% or up to 30%, month by month, and just leaving it is the way. And if we all learn to pay ourselves first from our very first job, forget Freedom 55, we could retire when we were 50 easily.
Yeah.
So it's important. And not only to mention that you're investing and it's growing, but the government is also allowing you to defer taxes while you're at a higher rate. So when you're in retirement at a lower income rate, you will pay out at that point. So it's like there's win-win-win all over the place. So have a short-term strategy, have a long-term strategy that puts in little simple habits. And once they're in place, it doesn't matter. Two, tax deferred, yay. And the benefits of the overall is just like I said, everybody wins.
Yeah. So that's that dollar cost averaging. We hear that term, and dollar cost averaging is systematically putting a little bit of money away on a regular basis for a very long time. And you'll buy at the market peaks and the market lows. And what that can do is reduce your worry, because we all do worry. So that's great. The other thing is the tax credit that you get by depositing the money into your RSP. So you're able to take a deduction, which is fabulous. And for those of you that are maxed out on your RSPs, you can do the same thing in open accounts, and you can do the same thing in tax-free savings accounts. So there's all sorts of buckets to place your money. But what we do see is that when you start saving, it becomes like more money comes, and more ideas come, and you're off to the races. So thank you, Theresa, for joining us today and sharing information, your knowledge around saving in RSPs and building wealth. And anybody that would like to connect with Theresa, she is open to helping, and she is fabulous. I love your service and I love your business. You do phenomenally well, and we need more of you. We need more women in this business to be out there. You're working long hours, and so am I. So you're such you're a trailblazer for so many people. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see everybody next Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock, and we'll be featuring Jim Ruda. Okay, have a great week.
Thanks, Whitney.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.